Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Austin. I have been doing the cash stuffing method for a little over a year now, and I have been able to fund my future through it. And now we're working on getting my grandfather out of debt, and we have his binder here today, and we have my binder here today, and we are here to cash stuff $500 and also take a look at the paycheck for the week of April 26th. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we counted out our money earlier. I will move that in a little bit closer. I am going to disperse the money a little bit differently. I'm going to do by hundreds. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. And I'll put the tens in the front. That way we know which one they're in. So there we go. Over here in our cash holder, we have our money sorted going down the line. I have our binders here today. We're going to first jump into the paychecks. I'm going to move the money up and we're going to grab my iPad here. Last week, I did not do the paycheck, but this week we are coming back into it because I want to give you guys a look into the cash planning. And then I'll decide later on if I want to continue doing the cash planning sheets or if I just want to not even do them anymore, or like the finance planning sheets. So this week's paycheck date is for April 26th of the year of 2024. Is that today's date? Yes, it is. And then the paycheck amount this week, I got to grab my calculator. Give me 1 second to grab that. Hey. So paycheck amount this week was $16.46, and then we got another paycheck of $23.36. So here in the paycheck amount, I'm going to move our money over since we're not working on that right now. Paycheck amount was $3,982. So miles for this week, I'm not even going to quote any of that information this week. Tithes and offerings, we already gave last week, yes. And we are not doing 10%, we're not doing 10% right now, just based off of our own understandings and feelings and the way the Bible has given it. We want to give 10%. We believe that it's an obligation to pay 10%, but we also feel whenever we owe so much debt, it is important to get that taken care of and to get us into a good standing place before we continue to provide 10% to church for God and give our tithes. So the tithe on this check would have been $398, but we did not give that. And the portion of this check is not even really a check. It's more of a money that we've already worked for. It's not so much an income for partial of this. The $16.46, what we would have given on, that would have been $164. We would have rounded to $165. But this week we did not give that. We only gave a portion last week for this week. So, and I'm not going to get into those numbers and all that information. I'm just going to continue moving on to expenses and bills. I am not giving much information out in these videos anymore because I feel like I hate to say it and I hate to sound like rude, but people are just way too nosy. Okay, I show what I want to show in these videos because I want to show it, not because I feel the need to show it, not because you have to see it. It's just because I want to share this information. So when I'm giving you a look into this stuff, I don't need to explain every detail. And you need to please understand that if you're watching this video, just as a respectful thing to everybody, I'm here showing you our cash stuffing and debt journey, but I don't have to go into details about every little detail, and I won't any longer because it's just way too much information being shared here online, and I don't want that. So moving to expenses, we'll come back to those. You guys know from previous videos that I like to do the bills first. I also want to thank you guys for being here today, watching. The sun's coming up. It looks beautiful. It's going to be a great Friday today. Life has been a roller coaster the past few weeks, but it's better. I feel like everything's finally in place. So, okay, I'll quit talking. Bills, the first bill, I'm going to kind of zoom in slightly. Bills here, we had a PP&L electric. and that was for our electric bill. It was $320.19. Rewrite that 9. And we had stormwater fees with our township that we never even knew we even had, which I think it's a big, stupid, dumb thing to pay a stormwater fee, but whatever. And they've been going on since 2021, and they've added up, and they've been a whole big debt. And we've been dealing with that for a while, and I'm happy to say we are now stormwater fee debt-free. Finally, $310.40. We paid that yesterday. It's coming out of the checkbook probably either today or Monday. It's done. We did it. Hip, hip, hooray. We finally did it. So I'm so sick of that dumb letter coming in the mail about them stormwater fees the past like 3 months, and I can't find the funds to pay it. We got it. It's done. It's not much, but it was going on for 3 years and we never even knew it. And then they sent us this big statement in the year of 2022 and they're like, you owe $200. And we're like, what? He called him, yeah, you were supposed to pay in 2021. He's like, well, I don't have it. So anyway, let's continue. It's been a mess. I told you guys, life has been a mess and it's finally getting all figured out. Give glory to God. Amen. Hallelujah. Okay. So let's continue. We have to pay our home mortgage, and that is in the amount of $1,861. And then, let's see. I'm trying to remember what else I had to pay. Okay, that's right. Insurance for the cars, which is going to be dropping here in a little bit of time here. Going to be dropping down, and that's it. So now we're going to jump down to here, expenses. I'm going to quickly get rid of these. So 320, 310, 1861, and 460. There's 1,031 left. Expenses. So description for expenses here. Every week, there's money set aside for people. I'm just going to say that this one was mine. It's set aside for me to basically save myself some money and buy all the home essentials. And that's what I get per week. And I have to buy paper towels, toilet paper, soap products, laundry, everything. So it does, usually always get used, but there's extra money that I was given back on extra groceries I spent this week, which you guys will see here in a minute. And then this was my grandfather's allowance for his week of spending and savings. And then we had another allowance for his granddaughter, my sister, and that was $100. And that's just for her to buy some. And out of this money, you guys have to get, this is to me, I want to talk about this for a second. It is so important, I feel, to give your kids an allowance and see them handle their money. It gives them a great experience. And I've been given this amount since 2021. And when I first started, it was given to me to buy all of my stuff for. And they later found out that it was way too much money. I told them that, I had leftover, and they were happy that I was saving it. But then they lowered it to see how well I can budget my money, and it has worked amazingly. And I just want to say that, your kids, this isn't just for whatever I want. Okay, besides that, I have about maybe $100 for myself. That buys me any food I want out to eat. That gets me any new clothes I want to buy myself, and that funds my savings challenges, and that covers my shampoo, conditioner, body wash, deodorant, any spray products, any hair products, new hairbrush, literally anything, back to school stuff, is out of this money. And I've been able to budget it for myself since I was a older teenager, now being, basically a full adult. This has been a great way for me to be able to save money and manage my money and budget my money. So I just want to say, think about that for your kids as they grow older, to maybe, figure out what's a good allowance for you and your family. What should you give your child, and see if they can budget their money right. If they can't, then take it away and say you cannot do this. You need and teach them. Don't just, take it away if it's not working, but try to teach them how to budget. So say out of this, $100, you need $40 for yourself for personal products, for on a monthly, maybe bi-weekly basis. And then, whatever, what's right for your prices and your family, so you can make those decisions. I just figured I'd talk a little bit about that because it really helped me learn how to budget money. And it's been a great opportunity even to manage these finances. So taking these away, we have left $531. And that is going to budget binders today. So, part of it is going to the budget binder. I have BB, it's budget binder. I might as well just go ahead and type in here and in bank savings. So, and then I'll look at next week. We're looking at so far, I'm thinking the check will probably maybe 900. I'm not sure. Okay, and then we're going to jump over. We'll come back to my personal spendings and savings. We're going to start the cash stuffing. Then we'll come back to mine after. I have my calculator here in case I need it. I'm going to move the money on in, move the binders back a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and get rolling here today. And this candle looks awful close to this plant, but I can assure you that it's not hurting the plant. It's not even that hot. I can hold my hand here for quite a while. It's not that hot. We're good. Okay, so move the money a little bit, that way you guys can see it all, and we're going to get started. Let's start off with my grandfather's binder. So his binder this week is getting 200. Okay, so I have this set aside for him. I'm going to move my money up because he took partial of his 530 out for his binders. Let's go ahead and give this a quick count. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. So $200 cash stuffing. This is marked wrong. We have $60 in here. So we have that. We need to add 20, 40, 60, 80. So I'm going to add $80 in here. That way we are back up to where we were. 20, 40, 60, 80. And let's give this a fresh count. 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. That's correct. So 140 is back in the emergency fund. I don't got to reprint off a piece of paper. I don't want to keep reprinting. Save some ink, save some paper, do the earth a little bit of a favor. And then retirement fund, I'm going to be stuffing $40 in retirement fund. These are no longer, oops, I got an extra 20. These are no longer color me ins. I've taken the color me ins away for these. And this one now has 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So $90 in retirement. I'm going to take two of these 10s. Well, I need a 10. No, I don't. That way I can put this in here and just make it 100. So now we have $100 in retirement fund. Okay, which would probably go beyond its purpose. Give me a second. I lost count of what I just did now. Okay, we put how much money in here? I just got to recount out the difference. Give me a minute to figure this out. Since I grabbed all the money, I wasn't thinking. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, you guys. So I did 130, so I just got to get out the rest from 200, which would be 70. So 20, 40, 60, and 70. Okay, now we got things where we would want it to go. Okay, so in home remodels, we're going to add a 20. Just a 20. And this is going to cover, as far as remodels goes, it's going to cover anything home. I have it remodeled, but kind of like a home revamp if you wanted to add that as a thing. But it's going to cover basically flowers, fertilizer for the garden. It's going to cover if we want to put in new flooring somewhere, maybe new paint, a paint sprayer, anything that we want to get to do like a home refresh makeover, anything like that. Now, savings fund and then debt. Now, we're going to apply some money to debt. We're going to apply $40 to debt. Actually, wait a minute. We're going to apply all $50 to debt. That's right. Because this is going to be going towards the big debt that my grandfather has with his IRS, with his taxes. So that's going to sit in that folder. And what we're going to do is make monthly payments starting on the 10th. And I think we only have one more Friday, so I'll have to get some extra because our goal is to do $100 a month. So I'm going to kind of keep a little checklist in here. I have some paper. I don't know if I have any in here. I do. Okay, I'm wondering if I can cut this. I could just put it right in front of debt or behind debt. I'll put it behind debt. And what I'm going to do with this is doing the payments that we want to do. So if I grab my iPad real quick, I'm going to look at the calendar. And like I said, our goal is to have it on the 10th of every month, like around the 10th. It doesn't have to be on the 10th. It's whatever we want to do because we can make payments as we wish. The 10th will be perfect. We have two more Fridays. So we're going to do it on 5/10. Then I'm going to write in how much we did. And then we're going to come back. The next one will be 6/7. Write in how much that we did. And then we're going to do July 12th. Write in how much that we did. They're kind of getting crooked. I got to try to keep them straight. August 9th. That was a good line. And then September 13th. Yeah, we'll do the 13th that month because it's kind of... And I'm going to just go up to the end of the year. October, so 10, and we're going to do the 11th. And then November 8th. And then December 13th. And then I'll just add January. It falls on the 10th, so the 10th. Okay, so I have that listed, and then I'm just going to keep this going. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to put it in after. Okay, so there we go. Then I'm going to lay that in there, and then every time I pay, what I'm going to do is like on the 10th of May, I'm going to type right in here like 100 or whatever money I pay, and add a little check mark to it saying that the transaction's been completed. So let's go ahead and get a fresh balance and write it in here. So we have an emergency fund, 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140. Okay, 140 an emergency fund. And then retirement fund, 50, 70, 90, 110. No, I'm sorry, 50, 70, 90, 100. Yeah, that's right, $100 for emergency fund, retirement fund. I like that classic 50. We have a $20 bill in home remodel. Savings is empty, and then debt we have 50 in. So $310 in here. So I'm going to go back to the back. It's kind of funny how we keep landing on 310. I don't know what that's supposed to... Maybe it's like a meaning or something. I don't know. But it's kind of weird. So 426. 310. We're back at 310. Okay, so there is my grandfather's binder all completed. Now we're going to jump into my binder. I want to talk a little bit about my binder. I got to kind of get our money tray back where it belongs. I'm going to sort this by hundreds again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 3. Perfect. And we're going to dive on in. So savings has 1,000 in it. Emergency. So emergency, I took all of this and I deposited it into my bank because I knew I didn't know I was going to have this much to cash stuff whenever my side hustle income came in. But what I knew was that I had a lot in here and I was like, okay, let's go secure some in the bank. Even though this is kept securely, I was like, let's go secure it even further in the bank. So that's what I did. And this had 440 in there. And I already had the 60 that was supposed to replace from last week in my bank. So I just threw it all in my high yield savings. So savings challenge, we're going to do a 20 in there. We now have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 260. Is that right? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. Yep, 60. I keep using this blue one. I got to order me some new highlighters on Amazon. I'm kind of mad, though, at Amazon because I ordered something yesterday and it was supposed to come yesterday morning and it never did. So kind of frustrating. Savings challenge is supposed to be a 10. We're going to do a $20 bill. And now this makes us have a 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. I like to kind of like throw in a little bit of extras in these, even though they're called that. That way I can feel like I'm putting a little bit extra in. I'm also cash condensing along the way. That way it helps me later. I don't have all these. Like, for example, the 5s. Imagine the 5s. If I actually did the 5s. Imagine that. 5s. And we're going to be doing a 20. Which I got to color in 4 5s then. And we already completed 200. There's our completed one. I'm going to tuck that back in. And put in our 20. Oops. Forgot some 5s there. Let's give it a fresh count. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. 240. And I'm going to color in 4 5s like I did last week. That's what I wanted that 10 for, but my grandfather's binder kind of needed that a little bit more than my binder did. Okay. So there's the 5s, and then my pillow has 230 in it. Extra pillow, I'm going to throw in 2 20s. So we now have 60. 20, 40, 60. So I put in 40 and I had a 20 in there. We'll color those in, 2 20s. Okay. So extra pillows done. There's something sticky on this folder. And then we have the $1 savings challenge. We have no $1, but what I do want to do is I think replace a 10 with a 20. 2 10s for a 20 in one of these folders. I think we're going to go for this one. No, wait a minute. The savings folder. 10 and a 10. And fix it with a 20. That leaves us no 10s in there. And that way, now, I can go back here to my $1 savings challenge. And I'm going to stuff in a 10 way in the back. And that's going to make me have 39 back there now. That way, I just forget about that 10 in case it ever comes in clutch. I'm going to have it. So now let's see. What do we got left to cash stuff? We got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. 190. So I think we're going to put all of that into emergency because I have no other. You know what? We will go throw. I wasn't doing by tens though, but which one wasn't I doing a cash stuffing for? My Pillow. We'll throw another 10 in My Pillow. That'll give us 240. And then we'll do 180 in emergency. And we're gonna start stacking up emergency again. I'm not doing a color me in for emergency either. I'm just keeping it normal. Okay. So birdies are on my window. Okay. Outside. So let's give this all a fresh little count here. I'm gonna count all of these. So let's count. Okay. So I want to make sure we have what I have in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20, 40, 60, 80, 8, 20, 40, 60, 89, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000. Okay. I don't know why I'm having problems put my money in there today. I think I need some extra coffee. Then this has 180. Oops. That has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, plus 200 is 240. Gardening has 20, 40, 50. My Pillow should have 240. We're going to count. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 30, 40, 240. So there we go. We got My Pillow, which has 240. And then we got 20, 40, 60. And then we have $39 in the $1 savings challenge. So we have $2,039. And I'm going to come right back here and we're going to skip over the bank balances. There is the one I wanted. We'll go back to that then, but I will fill this one in actually. 426. My checking has, let me go in on my iPad. Face ID, please use passcode. Okay. Log in here, enable Face ID. Okay, my checking account has 115. I'm not sure how much of that I will be spending. My savings has 700. Okay, moving back to my worth. I'm changing this week because I don't want that to be my worth. I want it to be my money. So 426, and that's going to be binder total. And then the binder total is 2,039. Okay, so now we can go ahead and figure out the rest. I'm going to write on the back of this little teller slip, these teller slips of mine. The glue is so strong. Okay, so everything's all cash stuffed. Sorry, this video is kind of turning into a longer video. I'm going to move the cash planning tray and we're going to come back to my personal spendings and savings. And we're going to fill it in. So, whoa, whatever happened there. 426.24 paycheck amount this week. Budget binder amount, 2,039. Coin jar bills, I don't use them no more. I'm not quoting that because I just don't even, that's not even my credit card. That's my grandfather's. I don't use it no more. 815. None in my wallet. Don't use that credit card no more. So $2,854 is my total. My total worth as of today. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Next week, we should be getting 1 to 200. I'm not really sure. The next week, stupid thing. Next week should be 200. Next should be 200. And next should be 200. My side hustle income might be lowering down next week that I have coming in. That's why it might only be 1. I'm not really too sure. So, but that is it. Everything is cash stuffed. It's all ready to go for this week. I want to thank you guys for being here today and cash stuffing with me. With me. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, leave them down below. But just know I won't go into too much detail about my finances. So maybe question about maybe products if you want to know where I got things. This I got off of Amazon, Budget Binders Amazon, iPad case Amazon, candle Target, all of that kind of stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck in your financing endeavors, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.